Oh, oh, am I being squeezed into place? Well, you can tell that's me, because I'm the only one with a really loud keyboard. Oh, I'll be your entertainment whilst they're just squeezing me in place. Am I in place? Am I ready? Am I good to go? You sure can, Twan. You sure can. Right, anyway. Yeah, hello. Um, this is not Uncharted 4. This is not Uncharted 1. I'm not going to make any mistakes naming the game. It's Logs. And then I fucked it up because I can't speak. It's Lost Legacy. I'm going to do a countdown. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, go. So, at the start, there's nothing really of interest. Here we can see Minu. She's really irritating. She just gets in the way. But then you knew that. She knew that. Me knew that. So, anyway, on the left, if you have a look in the top left-hand corner right now, you can see a kid's blue potty, them to piss in. I don't know why that's there. It's so random. And that was a failed input. So yeah, this starts pretty slow. Nothing really to discuss about this. You've just got to make sure that you try and squeeze through the crowd as quickly as possible. It's just walking through a street. I can't buy anything from the market, which is a shame because, you know, that kid's potty, I might need that at some stage. GTA 5, maybe. So yeah, what I'm hoping, for those that don't know much about this, this game suffers with some horrendously bad load times. Now, if the steps that I've taken to improve that takes place, then good. But if not, we could get some really shitty load screens. Out of all of the people that are in the Uncharted series that have ran this game, I seem to be the only one that has managed some good load screens. Yeah, again, more walking simulator, unfortunately, for the first part of the game. So one of the first kind of small skips is coming up very shortly. So we're going to be skipping cinematics quite a lot. Now, as long as I get decent load screens, then I'll know from this load screen whether or not I'll get bad load screens. And I didn't. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that's a good sign.
Lucky for them, I've got somewhere to be.
But yeah, the first skip that's coming up is thanks to some research by Toxic. So all this will be is that there's a scene coming up where we climb under a fence. As Chloe grabs the fence and climbs under, you can actually restart checkpoint and it will move her further forward. And it will skip past the scene with the fence, as you'll see in a second. Yep, still walking simulator, unfortunately. What we're going to do is we're going to pull these guys a bit closer to where I need to climb, because you get a slower animation here still. Pulling them closer means that you get to this part quicker.
Off to a great start.
Come along, friend.
So yeah, first game mechanic coming up is lockpicking. It's a really crappy mechanic. Sometimes it's a bit finicky. Like this. Because I had to be really precise there for some reason on that last pick of the lock. It's a fairly easy mechanic. There is another very, very short cutscene skip here, but I'm not going to bother doing it because it saves probably about 2 seconds at the most.
The hell does that mean?
Just for those inquiring about the Uncharted games, all of the Uncharted games, console and handheld, are being shown during this marathon, and there's going to be different categories for this. So yeah, what we're going to do here is we're going to try and skip past this mechanic. Normally you'd have to wait for him to walk past and then stealth kill him, but I'm going to just jump through him instead, because why not?
Safe.
He doesn't exist if we just vault over the ledge. So the main movement mechanic in this game is jump rolling. We recently determined that on flat surfaces like this floor that I'm on now, jump spamming is actually slightly faster. But you don't get a lot of those. So this fight here, we go for this guy and kill him as fast as possible because these guys tend to hit you. They gang up on you, so if you go for the guy on the right, he 9 times out of 10 you don't get attacked by the other two and you can kill him quickly. And also with this fight, we're going to let Nadine do the work. Oh. Because Nadine one-shots them, but I don't know what Nadine's doing at the moment. There we go. Oh.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm going to try and be as precise as possible with my movement here. I've done this area quite a number of times recently, so this should hopefully go smoothly.
Thank you.
Thanks, Oz.
Follow me.
Okay, that was a bit of an awkward camera. What we're going to do is we're going to take a small shortcut here. Normally you'd have to climb the pipe to the right of you there, but if you get the angle correct, you can climb up the signposts.
Come on. This way.
You realize we're moving away from the salt stand?
Yeah, we're taking the long way.
Now I see why you're always late.
Again, down here, what we're going to do is as we land, we roll, come out here, and then quickly take out that guard. No messing around. This part can be a little bit awkward. I've normally got a little bit of a setup with this. Yep, that worked. What can happen is that you jump at the wrong spot, and you end up having to climb up and over the signposts, or the lit up signs. This trolley is a little bit awkward as well, just to move the trolley. What I tend to do is try not to adjust the camera too much, and just use the left stick.
Sorry about that. Okay, good deal.
There is a trick up here, but I doubt it's going to work. I will try and get it. I'll see if I can show it off. It's not easy.
Yeah.
And this is a marathon. So there's a this guard. If you're quick enough, you can actually get past him without killing him. It didn't work, so when you restart checkpoint there, because he's walking towards the wall, he can spot you slightly and it stops him in his tracks. When that happens, as you get to the top,
It wasn't.
the game mechanic with the stealth kill doesn't kick in.
There's one.
With this lockpick, you're meant to fail it. It will fail quicker if you get the second pick of the lock,
That
but
works.
Let's find that disc.
Normally you know if you're being a bit slow because Nadine will shake her head at you and then she'll punch the window before you get to finish.
Christ. It's like walking through an antique shop. He's been a busy boy.
He has been a busy boy indeed.
Enough to keep his little insurrection going for quite some time. I'll just borrow this.
Fraser,
Come here. That looks
Come here.
promising.
it's locked.
Not for long.
So I always find this
What's that note?
box, when I'm lockpicking it, is a bit weird.
Shit.
Sometimes you find the spot and it doesn't kick in,
Already know.
because you can actually make Nadine warp into place if you're quick enough. But yeah, that's prime example. I mean, that lockpick wasn't even there. I rolled around it and the controller and the game didn't vibrate to tell me that I'd gone over it. So, again, a bit too frame perfect there. Right, am I going to get a decent load screen here? It should be for it to start at 83%. Normally this takes about 2 to 3 minutes to load.
Oh, shit! Come on! We need to get across the
So yeah, now we're actually moving much faster here. What we tend to do is we run off these. If you jump off, the animation's a bit slower, and then we just roll off
It's this way!
when we land, just so we don't get the
Bloody hell!
staggering animation as we hit the ground.
In here! Quick!
So what you're going to see coming up now, we're going to get Nadine to warp into position for the cutscene. There's a little trick here where you roll at the top of the slide, which makes you move down quicker. So Nadine doesn't actually have a chance to climb
Thanks! Come on!
onto the balcony.
Have the disc. Yes.
Instead she just warps into place because she's magical.
Watch out! Oh, for the love of God! Are you joking?
Okay, that could have been a bad jump. What tends to happen there, the animation goes wrong for some reason, and Chloe will just not jump, and instead she'll just run off the ledge.
Great! At least it's not pouring rain!
But it seemed to work there.
Follow me!
So we're going to make use of the roll here, but this is actually quite dangerous. You have to jump almost immediately after you've rolled down it, because you'll move so quickly you'll actually just fall to your death. I just want to say, whilst we've got these load screens coming up as well, if Rock, Twan and Oz are still around, GG on your races. Or your race, sorry. Now so that I can actually say it in person anyway. We've got 2 cutscenes to skip here, one straight after the other. We've got another load screen, but hopefully all being well, this go fairly quickly. And then we come to the more open world part of Lost Legacy. Now the next major skip coming up, we're going to clip a gate using our Jeep. Oh my god, I turned the ringtone off my phone. Why is it still playing? Fucking awful timing. Excuse my language. Even better, it's someone that I told not to ring me. Oh dear.
Still down there? Yep.
I'll wait to a load screen and then I'll doubly check and make sure that's been turned off.
Want me to drive? Nope. I don't mind. I do. It's a control thing. Sure.
It is. It's a banger of a tune. Best song ever.
Let's just enjoy the serenity, shall we?
Got a dumb question.
So yeah, we're currently on an expedition
How do you know the tusk is still there? It
to
would have
do
turned up
nothing
in the
but
museum or something by now.
launch Chloe
Plus,
through
I
a
haven't seen any
for a
horse on the
gate.
expedition.
I've never even heard of the Hoysala before this job.
Yeah, well, that's the fault of their last king, really.
This portion's a
Son,
bit
reckless, flaunted his empire
nah,
himself, built a new capital.
because again, not a lot's really happening with this.
Refreshing.
You do get a scene coming up where you have to knock down a gate and there's some guards, but you take them out so quickly
Quite nice to be outdoors, isn't it? Away from the
because of
city.
auto aim.
Quieter.
Yeah, we're just gonna send Chloe off into space. There we go. It probably was Matt. No, it weren't. It was someone in my family. I said to them, don't contact me because I'll be busy.
Shit! Take cover!
Only contact me if it's an emergency. And yet they still ring me. See, if it was an emergency, they would have kept ringing my phone. But I know it's not.
Where were we?
So it was not an emergency. I'll know if it's an emergency because they'll keep ringing my phone.
But leave no trace type when it comes to Indian runes.
Sentimentality in this line of work? Get you killed. What? They're just large flying rodents.
Actually, no, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
They're closer to primates.
So yeah,
Okay, well, I'll look it up.
this hill climb, you need to make sure that you drive over the grass and the rocks. If you don't, the Jeep will just roll backwards. And you don't want that to happen because you'll lose control of the Jeep.
Stop.
And here I'm stopping prematurely because Nadine will actually get up quicker if you do that. Right, let's put my phone on mute properly. Unlock please, unlock please, unlock please. It's not unlocking. Help, help. There we go. What if someone died? If something serious had happened, they would keep ringing my phone. So, I know it's not. I've told them that if it's an emergency to keep ringing my phone.
Subtlety, are you?
Not really.
So yeah, first major skip is hopefully now. So we see how this goes.
Was this really your plan?
Oh no, that's bad.
Sort of.
Okay.
You don't like it?
So, Chloe unfortunately got launched off to the side. It's not what we want. Yep. Not working very well. So you can get stuck. There we go. Third time's a charm. So what we need to do here, we pause the game and allow Nadine to load in with the Jeep. If you don't allow that to happen, Nadine actually gets stuck at the top of the hill, especially if you don't let it load long enough. Apparently the wheels don't spawn on the Jeep if you don't pause the game for long enough to allow them to load in. So Nadine just sits there trying to drive a Jeep that has no tyres, which is obviously not good. So we've got the first, I'd say, pretty major skip coming up. I think it saves about 4 minutes.
I'll keep an eye out for a sob.
Perfect.
But unfortunately it's got a tendency to go wrong if you don't angle it correctly.
Don't think he's
I'll explain more
Oh, hold up. Careful.
as we get a bit closer. But I have got backup saves. Unfortunately, in the normal any percent run, we've banned save games for this game because you can technically use it to exploit how much time it took you to do the run.
So, anyway,
But
wait.
I'm going to use it in the marathon as a marathon safe strat because it is quite a big loss.
These guys are idiots, but assault us. We just need to stay the hell away from him.
A fun little thing up ahead, we're going to be pulling the cable from the front of the car
Easy.
to try and pull down a different gate. But what you can do is you can jump roll spam with the cable in your hand, which is quicker than just walking with it. However, you do need to start off by jumping. If you try to roll first,
Interesting circular mode.
it will
Like the disc. Should do the
it will break from Chloe's hand. Looks a bit strange, but it's a nice way to try and move a little bit quicker.
Okay.
Also, another little trick here that most people probably didn't know, but when you use the cable with the Jeep, if you spam left and right as you're reversing, it actually breaks the doors down quicker.
In we go.
Not wrong about what Oz. Sorry. So I've already created the saves for this, so I don't need to worry about saving here. Actually, no, I need to save.
They've left their climbing gear.
I do need to save. I'm going to save anyway, just to be on the safe side.
Come in handy.
The run being invalid. Oh, yeah.
Correction. Our climbing gear.
So here is where we create the save, but we need to create two because the game will auto-save every single time. As long as I don't load the saves and as long as the skip goes well, then I won't need to rely on the loads or the save games. Sorry. So we'll see how this goes. The run's still valid technically as long as you don't load a save. You can create a save game, you just can't load it. So yeah, first major skip coming up, so you need to line up correctly because what can happen is you can get stuck out of bounds. And you can also fall to your death. Yeah, like that. That was unfortunate. You'll fall infinitely and die there, so yeah, unfortunately I've had to load the game. But this has happened in every single one of my marathon runs, so it's just unfortunate because the angle is actually okay. And I haven't fell through the map there in a long time. In fact, that's my first fail in a long time. I think you did, Matt. You set me up to fail. But then saying that, it's a sort of typical thing that happens in a marathon run, I suppose. You ain't sorry. You're probably laughing about it right about now. Come again. Anytime today. Wow, a second time? Really? Yeah, you've definitely jinxed me, Matt. So yeah, this is a big run killer. I mean, most people would want to probably carry on, but you have to load the save here because if well, during the marathon anyway, because if you don't, that glitch there won't work anymore. You can't get out of bounds. Something changes when you reload the area, unless you create a save game. So we don't really know why. It's an awful skip. Sometimes you can get pushed out like this as well. Bit unfortunate this is going pretty badly. Yeah. I weren't expecting this to go badly. There we go, got it. So, yeah, we're now swimming out of bounds. And you're going to see something amazing because Chloe's going to do some airborne swimming Olympics. Very, very shortly. So what you need to do is when you've got out of bounds there, when you're swimming in the water, you need to go to the very top left corner of where the water is, but not go out of bounds too soon. You need to just go off to the side of it and angle Chloe in the way that I've got her angled, because you're going to swim to a body of water that you need to get to, that you need to actually load in. If you're too far to the left, you'll hit some collision. You'll either land on top of a rock somewhere out of bounds, and then you can't do anything because it's broke Chloe's swimming animation, or you'll get stuck, or you'll hit something and you'll fall through the ground and die. So for some reason in this game, when you go out of bounds, you can't hit collision, because as soon as you do, the game will force you off. Also, hello T-posing Chloe, because you know that's normal. She has now become a mannequin. So this is the body of water. Now what we need to do is we need to swim off to the left slightly. We need to be careful because just off to the side there's some rocks. Right, that took longer to load in than I wanted. So yeah, to the right there, you can't touch the rocks, because if you do, she will fall. But as you can see now, she swims in the air because Chloe is amazing. Oh, that's fucking terrible. Matt, I'm blaming you for my bad luck here. This is easily my worst marathon run attempt. So, you need to hit a checkpoint trigger there. I didn't get it because Chloe or myself ran too far off downwards and she fell to her death, which I was hoping she wouldn't do. So I've had to load in here again. Fun times. It's Hutch luck. It's fantastic. Yeah, thanks, Matt. Jinxed me even further. Yeah, everyone blame Matt. We need a blame Matt emote. Well, at least I got that first time again. Well, I say first time, you know what I mean. At least I got it. No, you don't, Matt. You're sitting there, right? You've got a voodoo doll. And you're stabbing that voodoo doll, and it's got a picture of me on it. You're sitting there cursing me. I know it. I can sense it. So yeah, I need to be extra careful. What I should have done there, when I landed on top of that tree... Okay, that... Ooh. That was close. I was nearly too far left. Chloe plushie. Yeah, when I got to that tree, really I should have walked off top right instead of downwards, I think. Alright, let's be careful here, shall we? Come on, load in. Thank you. Normally those rocks won't load in until you've actually got close to them, but you have to be careful, because as soon as you get too close, if you touch the ones on the right, that's when you die. There we go. Game. Game. There we go. So you have to trigger that, and you have to see the lighting change there. If you don't and try to advance, the game will completely crash. You get to see some wonderful Chloe. Chloe? Well, you get to see wonderful Chloe anyway.
You sure it's safe? You know,
I meant to say wonderful climbing.
Oh boy. It's definitely not safe, by the way.
a saw. Think you can get back up here?
Well, for a second there, I thought you weren't going to make that.
Keep going. I'll catch up.
So what we're going to do, we're just going to restart checkpoint here. Get Nadine to move in closer.
Come on up.
Although to be fair, I probably could have waited for her, but
Please.
I didn't, actually. Once you said Ganesh was the remover of obstacles. Is this really the only way across?
Yep.
this swinging part's a bit weird.
Woo! Amazing.
Only because their angle's a bit strange, but
Whoa!
you can actually jump slightly early there. So when you get to the bottom of the swing, you can just about see her hand reach out. And you can use that moment to
They're doing great, China.
actually jump from the rope earlier.
You're doing better on
And she'll go straight into the animation.
Surprised we haven't seen a Saab yet. Knock on wood.
Well, he's around. Doubt we'll see him up here.
Why is that?
Right, so this next skip has been plaguing me recently. It's ruined every single one of my runs, so I'm going to try and do it. If I can't, I'll have to do the old route, which technically does also
Hurry up and
plague
climb.
my runs in some way, shape or form, but we'll see how it goes. So we're going to skip cinematic. As soon as we can pause the game, like here, I'm going to turn off camera assist because we need it to try and do this skip. So this skip is a pain in the ass to do, and we've got Matt to thank for that. So there's a rope there. I'm going to try it 3 times in total. If I can't get it, then I won't do it. But essentially what you want to do is you want to grapple onto a rope that's over the other side. Right, that's the second fail. And then what you can do is you can actually skip a portion of the climbing by doing it. Yeah, no, it's failed. Right, okay. So I'm going to go the old way. It's quite hard to do. It's a bit inconsistent. But this skip isn't far off. We're going to do instead. So what we need to do here, there's a tiny piece of rock just here that you can land on, like that. We're going to stand on it, and then we're going to jump, land on this rock, and then do that. We're not supposed to be able to do that. And then we're going to do another skip here. As long as this works, we're going to position ourselves, move ourselves as far up this rock as possible. We're going to aim the camera around about there. There we go. And then all I need to do... Done it. Okay, that was actually pretty good. This version does look pretty cool. You're right there, Oz. But yeah, I'm quite surprised I got that so quickly, because normally I struggle on that bit. So yeah, you're going to see some really low textured stuff here. And we're going to go through out of bounds. So here, essentially, we can skip a fighting scene and we can actually load an area in a bit sooner. A small loading screen here. So the next skip that's coming up, so we've got a bit of a fight scene here, and we've got a skip coming up that 9 times out of 10 I'm quite lucky with. I'm hoping I'll get it on this run so I can show it off. It's an out of bounds and it is slightly quicker by about 20-30 seconds. But what we're going to do is hopefully try and skip a fight with the guards and APC. No one seems to like the way that I do it though, because it is scary. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to climb up this wall here. I'm going to aim slightly off the side and then I'm going to jump. Now there's a sliding part of the wall here. And I got it. So as long as I don't fall here. Yep, I got it. Right, so that's just skipped a large fight. We're now going to walk out of bounds and we're going to load in the next area. What we need to do is we need to jump across and we need to walk towards the gate to actually load in the trigger. So we're going to jump across there, get to the gate here, step backwards, drop down. At least that skip went well. So yeah, we're now in the lower portion after the fight. And we've just loaded in the next area. That chapter, that entire area, makes up the most part of the skips that this game has.
Up here, there's a breach.
What we can do is, here we can restart checkpoint. Skip cinematic and we go straight to Asav. We're gonna... It's time for a bit of Tekken with Asav.
Let's make this quick.
Swing and a miss.
Proud of yourself?
So what we do is here, we're punching him so we can trigger him swinging like that earlier.
You see,
And as long as we can get around the back of him,
you must first
then
sow
fight over.
chaos.
It's a bit of a disappointing fight, really.
Stamp
You
out
expect
the
a bit more.
bloodline of the young king. Starting with you.
Go on, Nadine. Oh. No. He clearly doesn't have the skills of a pro fighter. So yeah, we're now at a water park. We're going down the water rapids. Whee! Arc System 2D animated, or anime Uncharted fighting game. Wonder how that would be. It'd be a Minu main. Imagine that. I'd main the blue potty that's at the start of the game.
Can I just say?
So the next area that we've got is a bit more open worldness.
Looks so
We've got another fight with an APC. It's actually far simpler to do on Explorer than people probably think,
to make him look
because the APC is pretty stupid. As long as you don't walk into the APC or the APC doesn't drive into the back of you like sometimes happens.
Hi. You sure you're good to go?
good as I'll ever be. Just need to take it easy for a bit. Up here.
Go slow.
So that climbing part there is a bit awkward because you have to control the left stick, make her hand move in the direction of where the part of the rock is that you need
Let's
to
get
climb
that
on
thing open.
or up. Ignore the sounds that Chloe's making. It does sound like she's straining to go for a poo. Sounds like it would make for a very good fighting game. Perhaps get some developers involved. Loading the video game. Yes. Fortunately for me though, I'm actually getting really good load screens at the moment.
I get for being honest.
Which is what I was hoping for, because Chapter 4 was a massive setback.
Well, Mandy's not too far.
Hello boss, how you doing?
Oh,
So there you have to be really careful, and when you drop down you need to be by that part of the ledge with a small crack in it. Otherwise you'll fall to your death.
painkillers. Here goes nothing.
Yeah, Uncharted 4 is a little bit worse than Lost Legacy.
Slow down.
So here what we can do is we can restart checkpoint and make the load screen make the cutscene end quicker.
Try this way. Huh. Good.
Hello? Okay, I don't know why the C4 like went to plant itself on the door and then disappeared. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out the guards here because they can actually spoil this little gauntlet here. Come on, Chloe. So we need to take him out as quickly as possible because that happens. Is not what I wanted to happen. Wow, he doesn't want to die.
Bam! Down for the
Yeah,
count.
that could have gone a lot worse, but that could have gone a lot better as well. So here we're going to take out these guards that are going to drive in as soon as possible. Going to wait for them to get a bit closer, do that. And they're dead. I was standing there trying to shoot them and
That's it.
up with their RNG of them hiding behind the truck, thankfully. This might be a long load screen. I have a tendency to have quite a long load screen here. Is Sonic 06 really that bad? For load screens. You rage quit so often here on Crushing, that was painful. I can imagine it probably was, which is also the reason why I won't play any of the Uncharted games on Crushing. Cuff. Your body's already sore from sickness, but watching Chloe fucking roll around on stone steps hurts me more. Yeah, that does look pretty painful. So yeah, for some reason this area takes a long time to load in. When I've got fast load screens, there's two places that I get long load screens. This is one of them, and then the next one that comes up. You wanted the trophies. Oh, that's fair enough. So what we're going to do here, as you can see, I'm holding onto the C4 and I'm moving Chloe with the C4 in hand. This is because she actually moves quicker like this than as if he was just walking without it.
What are you doing?
And then as soon as she says that, we can start jump rolling. Unfortunately, I need to leave the camera assist off here, so you'll probably find in some instances like now the camera won't adjust.
Okay.
Hello,
Looks like
Rob.
a step one.
This one's so hard for you on Crushing.
Don't care. You hear?
Very dark in here. Cannot see at all.
Don't mind us.
So, as you can see down there is our new friend, Dave, the female elephant. We're now going to save Dave.
Hey, it's okay.
She's tripped. But I don't think she's wounded.
Those explosions we heard must have triggered the collapse. Easy, girl.
It is Dave.
Okay.
We're saving Dave again, guys.
Sorry, girl. We're gonna get you out.
And you know what? For the marathon, I'm going to feed Dave.
Wait a minute.
We need to get down.
Just stay calm.
Are you talking to me or the elephant?
Both? Easy. Easy does it.
Let's feed Dave on this occasion, just for marathon's sake.
Wherever it wants.
We need some fruit from the tree.
Here.
There we go. Matt, you will not take Dave away from me. Ever. But 53 minutes of loading to do one campaign, really? That's painful. Well, Dave got fed. Dave had like 3, whatever those pieces of fruit were. I'm going to say that they were apples. Unfortunately, we're going to have to part ways with Dave now. 8%. This is 8%, yeah. Bye, Dave. I love you. I hope I can feed you again soon. So yeah, this is the other long loading screen. Dave was the MVP, yeah. Dave is very close to Jeff on MVP during this marathon, I will say. Although, to be fair, all the guards are actually called Dave as well. They've all got the same name, but Dave the Elephant is the best. Yeah, we've got another skip coming up very soon. So we've got another area which is meant to be a stealth area, but there is a skip here. So I will, for the sake of the marathon, try and do the skip. It's a little bit annoying to do, but I've been quite fortunate with it recently, so we'll see. As long as the game actually loads in and doesn't stay at 99%. You know, anytime this century. Another fantastic quirk of this engine is the fact that it gets stuck at 99%. Yeah, there's Dave. He's over there somewhere with the rest of the family, all the other Daves.
Right.
So again, we make use of the C4, and we're also going to make use of a... Actually, I'm not going to do it here because it would take longer to load it, so I'm just going to jump roll instead. But for some reason, they've gone silent, which is... Yeah.
Smaller than I remember.
It took a lot longer for them to start chatting. I was a bit worried there. Unfortunately, you might see a bit of shaky camera because I'm going to have to claw grip this to manually adjust it. I can see what I'm doing. So yeah, the next area is the area coming up where I've got skip. I'm not sure how much time this saves. But it's a good chunk.
How do we get in?
Dunno. Looks like dwellings along the side. So let's go up.
Oh, we did die. I thought we didn't die for a moment there. So yeah, for the moment we're going to make use of stealth here. Or try to. Yeah. And then just start combat. Because if you start it too early, there's a guy that spawns up here as a grenade launcher. And he can really mess things up for you. Daves have come out to play. Gonna aim at that. Just gonna quickly fire my gun. And I didn't get it, which is really unfortunate. Unfortunately, the angle of the jump wasn't very good there. Thankfully, the checkpoint's not too far away.
Well, shit.
Typical marathon luck. Dave, go away, Dave. And I got it. Yay. So yeah, that skips the whole fight scene. Which does take a fair bit of time to do. Because you're not supposed to be able to do that. It's a very awkward jump, but we got it. What I'm going to do now is just quickly change the camera back to normal, because we don't need camera assist to be off anymore.
There we go. Up this way.
Yeah, you get the combat speed, which helps as well. Until you get to the part where Nadine is, anyway. After that, the enemies despawn. I think it's because you've loaded a checkpoint in.
In here, Nadine. Blah. Tastes great.
Hurry up, guys. We need to catch up to the others.
Here with the swimming, you don't need to adjust the camera at all because you're going straight anyway. So you just swim under the water, go down, and then just head forward. So coming up, there's an interesting little skip that we can do, and I'm going to see if I can pull it off. But it's going to take a little bit of time to get there, because what we need to do is we need to do a whole climbing thing with Chloe and Nadine. It involves twisting some discs and making water appear from wherever, and moving some hands, some big concrete hands.
Through here.
Right, let's see if I get the turtle.
Magnificent.
Am I going to land on the turtle? Oh, just missed it. So if you land on that turtle, it spins. Quite good to see. If you ever play through this and you jump off that ledge, aim for the turtle. What we want to do is we swim as close to land as we can here,
Okay.
but you want to make sure you come out of the the water as soon as. Because if you don't, she will drown. I like turtles too. When you land on them and they spin.
You're welcome.
I like Warner too. Warner's a cool person.
kind of a tight squeeze here. Oh, hello. Nice city you've got here.
Thanks. No, my brother's Walter. Oh, I told you this, Matthew. Go. No, my name's Dave. I am really Dave the Elephant.
Okay. Easy does it. What?
Got water in my ears.
I hate that.
The Warner Brothers. Oh, was.
My God.
How did you find out?
You know, at this point, I've run out of words.
Holy goddamn shit.
Does work?
We're going to make use of the jump roll mechanic here, but for some reason, when you climb up onto that ledge, you can't roll first, you have to jump. It's a bit strange.
I'll have to find another way out.
And also, sometimes as soon as you climb up that ledge there, you can roll straight away.
Gonna need that disc soon. Over here, Nadine.
Copy that.
Ah, now we're getting somewhere.
I see a few more of those crates around the chamber.
So yeah,
End is
it's a
moving.
little bit of a puzzle, but it's not really a hard puzzle. All we're doing is really moving some stuff, like them concrete
Because the statue's enormous.
slash rock slash moss covered hands and arms. Here we need to be careful. If we jump too soon to this ledge, Chloe can fall to her death.
Just need to figure out what it is. Ah, there's another crank up ahead.
Yeah, it's really weird here. If you try to roll up them stairs, for some reason the game won't let you roll up them properly and she'll roll in the wrong direction.
Okay. You see that? I'm standing right here.
At that point, there's like no point. Hello? Hello, game? Wow, solid bush.
Okay, I better get a move on. No going back now.
If you jump a little bit earlier, you can get onto the hand a bit quicker, but...
Oh no.
Oh!
No.
Okay.
No. Hang on. Oh, good suggestion.
Okay, that's... Whoa! Okay, that wasn't meant to happen. That was lucky.
That was a close one. Nearly destroyed my pants.
She nearly fell to her death.
Wow.
How I managed to survive that, I really don't know, but that's scary. Remind me never to do that again. Jumping on that
Oh.
platforming section is seriously dangerous. Do not attempt. Unless you're stupid like me.
I'll be right down. Whoop. Slippery.
So here, if you actually jump off early, for some reason the game pushes you into an animation, so you might, I mean, at that point you might as well just jump off early. Right, so if I'm quick enough here, I could get Nadine to warp to the next point, but I don't think I'm going to be, because I've took too long to get
I've
here.
got this one.
I think Nadine's going to climb up before she'll warp. Yeah, she might. Oh no, she did warp! There we go, got her.
Uh-oh. This one's like the trident. Time to move. Come
She's
on,
amazing.
come to the drum.
Amazingly quick.
It's an hourglass-shaped drum.
We're going to position ourselves here because we're going to jump off of the drum
Here we go.
sooner rather than later. Normally the camera will slightly change there, and normally that would indicate that it's a good time to jump.
And now we turn the water on for this side.
Yeah, Nadine's a secret speedrunner herself. She likes to cheat her way through the levels. Right, so we've got the light puzzle coming up. Now, there is a little bit of a skip here that I'm going to try to perform. If I don't get it, it's no big deal. But if I do get it, that will shave off about 20 seconds, maybe slightly more, off of the time. Because there's a fight scene coming up and you can actually get zipped across the level right to the point at the end of the fight scene. But we'll see if I get it. Depends how quick I am, because I need to be very fast. So yeah, that's prime example there of jumping from the rope sooner, because of the Chloe's animation. Oh, hang on, not on. Oh, it was on. There we go.
What you said back in that place with all the statues.
Should have left it the first time round.
Things always coming through. 3 points of a trident, the last 3 beams. Look up. The statues.
Right, so we're going to move this into place. So it's just past the eye on the floor.
Nadine, be a dear. We're ahead of you. Got it. Thank you.
But what we're going to do, normally we'd have to go to a mirror there, but we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to get into position and move this.
Copy that.
We're going to drop it just above the eye on the floor and let it roll a little bit.
Lights aimed over here.
That will trigger a checkpoint, which will move the statue in place. So it should be over the eye on the floor there. Now we're going to trigger this mirror. Once we've done that, we need to rush over to the other side where I was before with the red beam. And I need to get there quickly because I need to use my rope and grapple onto the swing at the end now. And as long as I'm successful, and as long as I don't mess it up, then I should get the skip. So I am going to try. But me landing there might have messed it up, so... yeah, I've messed it up. That's a shame.
Okay, that did something.
Too slow. So yeah, if you get there quick enough, you can grapple the rope, or the rope swing. When you zip back over here, like I just did for the cutscene, she'll still be holding the rope. And what you do is after the cutscene is finished, if you leave her, she'll drop off the ledge. But as she does that, the rope will actually fling you back in the direction of where you grappled the rope, much like a bungee rope. So as soon as you get over there, you can land on the ledge and you can actually avoid the fight scene entirely. But unfortunately, I didn't get it on this occasion. As you can see, she likes holding on to in air. So as long as no enemies get in my way here, hopefully I can just run through. I thought that RPG was going to hit me, but thankfully it didn't. This bit can be a bit dangerous because the enemies here, they can get in the way and they can lunge at you, and when they punch you in mid-jump, you'll actually stun or get stunned in mid-air. You can actually fall to your death, and it sends you further back. Yeah, we've got a little bit of a walking simulator coming up with a puzzle very shortly. Now these guards here, you can't actually get past them, and even if you did, I think there's no trigger up ahead. So they will not let you try to pass them. You can't go around the right hand side of them, you can't go around the left. You can only walk down the middle. If you try to get behind them, they'll turn around and they'll hit you with their gun. Which is a shame. The annoying part is that you can actually walk quicker than Nadine and Sam.
And to be fair, you two tried to do the same to her.
But because they block you, you can't. You just stand there, as you'll see in a moment.
I can hear every word you're saying.
I know.
I trust her.
You know what? Fine. I guess I'm just a little bit irked that we are walking away with nothing. But I guess you know what that's like, right?
Oh, my...
Real classy, thank you.
Time and place, children.
More that came from.
Bike racks after school.
Just hurry up.
Yeah, when he says that, you do move a little bit quicker. With this game, you can actually see when the cutscenes kick in. The skippable ones, at least, anyway.
Okay, let's see what...
Because the camera always shifts. This puzzle is pretty straightforward.
Shiva and Parashurama.
So up on the wall, you'll see discs that are completely misaligned. But depending on the RNG we get here, they might be easy to line up. So we're going to go straight to the second disc. Position it around, always look at the elephant. You're going to keep going along the discs. Position them so that they line up. And then we're going to skip to the third disc again. Line it up. And then go back to the first one. Line it up. Puzzle
Wait a
done.
minute.
Now sometimes the position of the elephant is actually really good. And you can get that done far quicker.
Quiet.
But the pattern is always different.
Quite an obstacle you
Always
placed in
random.
my path.
And with this one, all we do is we put the arms all the way down to the bottom.
What are you doing?
Shut up and watch. He yielded.
That's that puzzle. Yeah, the pattern with the discs is always the same. If you do it the same way round each time, you'll always be able to complete it with ease. And I'm useless with puzzles.
What are you doing?
A little preparation goes a long way.
Haha, yes.
So here you can't actually pick this lock to begin with. Now we should be able to.
Okay, now do me.
Coming! Damn it! Ladies first!
Chloe, dear, not to rush you, but
Again, this scene, you have to go underwater first before you can remove Chloe's handcuffs. So this scene is actually pretty easy. I think people got different ways of doing it, but as soon as you start swimming up, for me, all I do is I swim up until I see a platform heading close to me, then I just swim to the side very slightly and then carry on swimming up. And that's it, that's all you need to do. Nothing else should touch you. So yeah, platform coming up. So I move to the side, swim up. So we're getting into the later parts of the game now. We've got another stealth area coming up, which is actually fairly easy. We're going to use that to take out a helicopter very quickly, but first we need to do a fair bit of climbing, unfortunately. There is there's a scene coming up, a fight area that you can actually use to get out of bounds, and there's some interesting things to see out of bounds. Unfortunately, as of yet, there's been nothing found that could be used to skip anything. I did a fair bit of looking for something that we could use as a skip, but couldn't find anything. There was no triggers, unfortunately. But the out of bounds looks really interesting. The way they've coded how the water works out of bounds is quite interesting.
Found the train track.
So I'm not actually going to make use of the pause here.
seeing all these modern structures.
No, Chloe, get off.
Sounds like a British or
Normally you can
Portuguese.
pause there for the in-game timer and actually save a few seconds. You can skip ahead.
Chopper!
But of course, because we're going against RTA, it doesn't really matter at the moment.
Here we go. This way. Should have packed my machete.
You should have, Chloe.
Little
You
help?
should have.
No problem.
There's a little shortcut here that you can take, but it's very dangerous.
Go ahead.
So
You first.
I probably won't try it unless I can quite clearly see Chloe reaching out with her hand. But we're gonna grapple onto a rope swing, and then if I get a good animation, I can actually skip swinging a few times.
Oh, yes. Aha! Holy shit.
No, I didn't get good animation, so
It's okay. I'm okay. I'm right behind you. Oh, that was close.
that's a very risky strat there because you can actually go back a fair bit if you miss that jump. But I can't remember the last time I actually failed that. Thankfully, I didn't.
Dan, where are you? Hey, this might do the trick. Holy
So when we push this cart here,
Damn you, mate.
Sam needs to jump across and land on it. Now the animation remains the same, but if you let go of triangle, if you don't press the triangle prompt, the animation will change to him falling to his death. But I'm obviously not going to do that. This animation remains largely the same until the triangle prompt disappears. And Sam has lost his sunglasses.
That was close.
What a shame.
Yeah.
So normally here, as soon as Chloe can move, we would normally
I feel so much safer with her around.
restart checkpoint there, but we're not going to do that because, again, RTA. That would only be useful for in-game time, and it saves about 2-3 seconds, which sounds like a ridiculous amount for a game this long, but when it's all about shaving time off that in-game timer,
You see anything up there we can climb on? Like a crate or something?
This should work.
Nice.
Got it.
Come on up.
Go ahead, Sam. Age before beauty.
Oh, you're too kind.
No. She's just worried I'd kick it over and leave you down there.
Right. How about I scout ahead a little?
I wouldn't really leave him.
Yeah, well, play nicer. Sam, see your way forward.
so I can usually now get a nice little jump there that saves a little bit of
On my way.
shimmying across that beam, but
Shit. Ah.
again, I don't really remember the last time I actually got the slow
Great, I'll just borrow Nadine's hook
I
and...
have a better idea.
What are you...
Don't
beam
move.
there instead of the fast.
I said don't move.
Fairly easy to do.
Unbelievable. Hey, ow, ow, ow. Hey, Chloe.
Thanks for scouting ahead, Sam.
It uses in-game timer because of the inconsistent load times,
There's a cave up there. Might
because the load times are different for every single person. So to time it accurately and safely, so that it's fair for everyone, we use the in-game timer.
You got it.
See, now when the PlayStation 5 comes out, it might be a little bit different. You might be able to do RTA
Heads up.
as long as the load screens are consistent, then maybe, but yeah, this is the area that you can actually get out of bounds, but I'm obviously not going to do that.
Did you like my hot
So just killed Dave there.
Gold star for you.
Wow, they died in one hit.
reinforcements?
He died in one hit.
I'm coming. Get them.
Wow, I didn't kill anyone. guard somewhere. And I don't know where. Wow. Yeah, that was pretty poor. Because of that
I
guard.
think we can squeeze through here.
Took too long to come out.
Give me a hand.
Coming.
See, for me, I find it more interesting when there's an RTA timer there. Because it does give a good indication as to how you're doing.
Thanks.
When you're having to rely on the in-game timer, it's sometimes a little bit difficult to work out whether or not you're
Good. We're nearly to the graveyard. Shouldn't be long now.
doing well enough. So you kind of have to find areas in which you know you can stop and check the timer. Now there is a little skip here. I'm going to try and do it. No. Okay. I got the rope in just in time there. I was going to try and do a little trick to show off, but I failed it. Thankfully I was able to get the rope.
Oh, is that trip really necessary?
God's balls.
Very clutch.
Hey, Dee, she's over here.
Are you all right down there?
Yeah, I was fine until Sam made me picture God's balls. Where are you?
Yeah, we can make use of a checkpoint restart here.
Guys, we'll find something you
As soon as we get to here, it'll actually make the scene above far quicker. Sometimes you have to stand there or sit here on the ledge and wait.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
So by utilising that, we can actually get this scene over and done with far quicker.
Get up here. Go, go, go.
Sam, hold on to that bar.
I'm doing it. Oh, shit. Well, it looks sturdy enough.
Thanks, you too.
And for a moment, you can't actually climb there. You have to wait for Chloe to speak.
Way to go. All I heard from this man was the Indian army had cut off his supply chain. They were looking for outside help.
So you're going to watch some magic happen in a moment with Nadine. So we need to change this track to push the cart down to that wall there on the left. Nadine will run off to the right, but she'll magically appear to my left because she is amazing. So off she goes to the right,
Stuck. Lend me a hand.
and there she is on the left. She means business when she warps off like that. She is a boss. But we're actually gonna be on this side of this cart whilst it's being pushed down to the wall, because it'll push you into the cutscene quicker.
You could help if you wanted.
Nah, it's all right. You two got it.
The cart's gonna destroy the wall.
Look out! Didn't see that coming.
It also moves you quicker,
Fine.
or closer, sorry, to the wall itself.
So much for our way up.
Yeah, maybe there's a way through though.
Yeah, but she's quite clearly going off to the far right.
Sam, bet you're tall enough to get that ladder. Come on, I'll boost you up.
I'll give you a hand.
More the merrier.
Yeah, I'm okay with
Magic,
that.
Rob. Don't take the magic away.
Have you ever knocks?
Oh shit! Sorry.
Great.
Yeah, we're just gonna wait for them to turn on their torches, like that. Restart checkpoint, which will put you back outside.
What do you got?
I have found a crate.
Well, of course you did.
There, I'll push it down.
Wait, it won't be high enough on its own.
It's the magic of Dave.
Right, good point.
We'll bring the cart over. We'll meet you halfway.
There you go. That's using the old noodle.
The what?
It's the noodle. It's a saying, as in your brain.
That is not what I pictured.
It was a compliment, for Christ's sake.
There we go.
And that time she didn't even need her. Laziness, if you ask me. She just didn't want to do it on her own the first time round.
You two are doing just great down there.
Okay, ready.
You got it. Arms way.
Perfect. Let's go.
All right, come on up. Your turn, Miss Ross.
Don't call me that.
Yeah, well, it's professional.
But here you have to be very careful. Do not fall to your death. You will go really far back if you do.
Look. Nearly there. Sam, you can use my rope.
Go ahead. You can use mine.
Part of the rope club. I'm honored.
Dean loosened it for like a pickle jar. Exactly.
Safety's off, chappies. No word for our lookouts, so run clean up. Take extra care with Miss Ross. Roger that.
So we're going to silently take out some guards here.
God damn it, does anyone have anything?
I think we lost.
Flush them out. Do a sweep and find me a target, man.
Okay, this is a bit slow. The helicopter might fly off. I'm going to shoot that early.
Take them out.
Right, you shouldn't die here. Where is the helicopter? It's moved. Right, so 2 hits, and then it should fly over and you can grapple onto it, and then restart checkpoint, because then it will move into position far quicker. We're going to climb up and we're going to give Steve a good pounding.
Ready? Ready.
That is not innuendo or euphemism for anything. We're just going to punch him. And then Steve, the helicopter pilot, is going to finish early for the day. Yep, he's gone to sleep. Now we've got some driving to do. Now this can be scary. So there's a little bit of a skip coming up, but you can potentially crash the game. So we're going to be doing a lot of driving. We're going to then get onto the train. The train is the scary part. Can you not use the C4 to get one of the hits so that you don't need to open both the boxes? I don't think the C4 actually reaches. Helicopter's up in the air.
Anyone see a road?
And it's too far up in the air.
I make my own roads.
Well, keep your eyes on your road then.
Hey, Sam, did you want to drive?
I mean, kinda.
Too bad. Buckle up, Buttercup.
Whoa!
Look, this isn't my
At that
car.
point, it'd be a safer bet to just get the RPG anyway. Because you can lock on with the RPG,
There,
and
see
it's
the
2
turn.
hits.
We're gaining on it.
So,
Don't slow down.
Shit, motorbikes!
Run them off the road.
I'm hoping what we get to hear is some wonderful sounds from our guards here.
Out of my way.
Hey, this ain't
Wow,
your
what a
road,
jump.
pal.
No hitchhikers.
Shoot them!
Coming through. I got him.
Now what?
Poor guys. Just out for a ride.
The train! Get the
Definitely
train!
GTA 5.
Sam, take care of the tusk.
Don't you worry.
Get closer and I can jump aboard.
I got it.
Yeah, as long as you're close enough to the train now, Chloe will always
Luck, mate.
Oh shit!
lock onto the train.
All right? Didn't know you cared.
He's got the tusk.
Okay, that's annoying. That's
Hey,
also annoying.
Catch where they put that giant crate.
Near the
For some reason the
Right,
camera
that's
changed
our
its
next stop
angle
then.
twice in a row. But usually you'd want to get ahead of Nadine there.
Shit. Nowhere to climb.
Let's try the other side. Whoa, easy now.
Yeah, we're going to utilise some checkpoint restarts to make some things spawn in a bit quicker.
Okay, good. Making progress. Out here.
Just to make things easier, we're going to make sure that
Shit, company's here.
Assault scars. Well, we still have the element of
we're
surprise.
going to make sure that the jeeps, because we need to. Ah, not where I want it to be. That's bad. Okay. That's really annoying because that might change some enemy placements. It's also ruined some climbing.
Incoming! More motorcycles!
Shit.
So yeah, we're going to restart checkpoint here. So we can move the jeeps into place. Yeah, it's on the right hand side. So this is where it's going to be scary. So there's a skip coming up. So technically speaking, you're meant to jump off of the jeep very early because it's on fire. But we're going to try and utilise the jeep to get as far ahead as possible. And if we can jump on the train, then we can actually avoid a lot of the, you know, scrambling to get up the other end of the train by foot. But there is a box, and I know it sounds really silly, but if you jump on that box and it blows up, as in the box gets destroyed as you grapple onto it, then the game crashes. But I'm safe, so all is good. So we restart checkpoint there to spawn another jeep as quickly as possible.
Keep your head down. Okay. Any thoughts on how to get on that truck?
Get close enough and we can grapple to it.
And we're going to use this mounted gun. Now, some trucks will drive down. If you're quick enough, you can actually take out the trucks really quickly. And it probably saves several seconds. But unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to get it. Actually, I might. Because of the truck placement. I think one of them survived. Oh no, they didn't. So I did get the slightly quicker kill there.
Did we do that?
Yeah, we did.
Right. This truck's on its last legs.
We need to bail now.
But we are relatively close to the end of the game now. Probably another
Yours.
5 to 10 minutes.
Trading the tusk for a bomb? Commandeering a train? Must have taken us all months to plan this.
Making it all the sweeter when we bollocks it all up. I think we're almost there.
Let me help. Ugh, this is really heavy. Go. You coming? Okay, you go.
Hello, Mark. How are you doing?
Definitely the engine. Don't think about what you're doing. Just do it.
There is a small skip that you can do there,
Come
but
on.
it's a bit dangerous to do. Sometimes it's not worth it.
Any luck? This one's welded shut.
It means
too.
you don't have to shuffle along the side of the train like that. You can just quick climb. Am I really getting a load screen here? Of all places? Don't think I've ever had a load screen here. Oh well, I think we've got time for some donations. Any donations? One last load for the road. I think you're right. I think you are right. Why not? I honestly don't think I've ever had a load screen here at this point. I've had one at the end of the game before. Like right at the end of the game. Just going into the credits. But not here.
Oh shit, Nadine! Get to the switch! God damn it!
What I'm hoping now is when we drive forward, normally a bike drives into the back of you and he makes a wonderful
You boys
sound.
can't leave well enough alone.
I'm hoping that happens. Go on, drive into the back of me.
Holy hell!
Well, not quite the sound I was thinking of, but they did make some pretty good sounds. So I'll give them that. Good job, guys.
We need to switch the train to another track.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to slow down here a little bit. To get close to the wall. Okay, that slowed me down.
Sam,
Probably a bit too much, unfortunately.
Where's Nadine?
back on the train. We have to flip the switch. We don't have time for this.
Yeah, we're going to try and kill these guys as quickly as possible.
That's it. We're clear.
Go. And then what we're going to do, we're going to restart checkpoint because the train takes longer to get there if you don't.
We're clear.
All right, back to the switch. That's it.
Not far from the end of the game now. We've got a fight, big fight coming up with a Sav.
All right, assholes, let's do this.
Wait,
Okay,
oh shit.
there's the train.
We'd have to pay
How the hell do I
attention.
get on board? Can't see any bridges or crossings.
It's probably because I was paying too
Oh,
much attention to the suspension on this Jeep. Wow, I think the train actually warped backwards. A moment there. Yeah, the suspension springs are pink.
Can't believe that worked. Oh my god.
I've never
the
noticed
bridge.
that before.
Shit. Shit.
Got a nice view there. And the antenna. Yeah, this fight is pretty straightforward. Let's see if I get a good fight.
Get him. Take a shot.
So far, so good.
Thought you were supposed to be good, Assault.
Don't fight. One should know when they're conquered. Your time ends now.
Well, he is a bit of a
Nadine, I'm coming.
horrible person. But this part's a little bit scary because if it doesn't pick up the input of you dropping down to the ledge, you will get killed fairly quickly. And it is a bit scary because it doesn't actually allow you to do the input straight away for some reason.
My wall will destabilize. Piece of shit!
He's taking a pounding. We're actually very close to the game. In fact, we're right before the end of the game, so get ready on timer. Wow, I got a load screen. Right. Oh, okay. That's not bad. I thought it was going to be a long one, but... Yeah, going into the next cutscene that's about to come up, you can jump a little bit earlier, like here. And it'll actually force you into the cutscene. Get ready on time. And time. What? What? Oh, I used load screen. Load game, so that doesn't matter.
Could you possibly start climbing, please?
Jesus.
Yeah, that time is irrelevant because I used a save game
My God,
multiple times.
that's what they all say.
Oh! Nearly dropped my controller, but yeah, that was Lost Legacy. I'm just loading in the stream to see what time I got
How the
RTA.
hell did you guys get out of that?
Wow, Rob,
You know, I'm just
that's
still figuring
dirty.
it out myself.
And,
But yeah, I just
I'm down with this.
want to say to all the guys that are in the marathon, good luck on all of your runs. I know I've gone over slightly after just turning on the stream, but yeah, good luck to everyone that's in the marathon. Anyone that's actually watching, I suggest you go follow these guys because you like this sort of thing. They are a load of fun and they're very chatty, very friendly. Yeah, enjoy the rest of the marathon and good luck to everyone. And thanks for watching my run.